We're looking at photos here taken by Jim Oatley, who's a staff member here at Alice Springs Desert Park. My name's Lisa and I work on the zoology section here at Alice Springs Desert Park. We're just going to have a look at some of the birds that you can see while you're here at the park. This beautiful bird here is a male crimson chat. Crimson chats are a nomadic insectivorous species that if you're lucky you can see while you're travelling here in Central Australia. You can also see them in some of our aviaries here at the park. This bird here is a yellow-rumped thornbill. It's one of 4 species of thornbill that we get in Central Australia. You can find these guys in our woodland aviaries, and you can also see them wild birds on the park as well. Particularly the areas up around the entry station and nature theatre are good for those birds. This bird's a rainbow bee-eater. It's a bird that we only have through the warmer months here in Central Australia. They migrate north through the winter, so for about 3 months of the year we don't have any rainbow bee-eaters locally, but they return to breed over summer, and you can find their burrows where there's sandy substrate. Rather than building a nest, they actually dig a burrow and nest underground. And you can see them in our sand country aviaries, and if you're here in the warmer months you certainly might see them flying around. This bird's a Redcap Robin. It's another insect eater. It's a territorial bird that you typically find in areas where there's mulga. We don't very often get them in the visitor area of the desert park, but you can see them in some of our aviaries. This particular bird's a male, that beautiful red colour, and the black and white. The females are a sort of grey-brown colour all over, though they still have that wing bar. This bird here is a western bowerbird. Bowerbirds are well known for their art of constructing bowers, which is what he's standing in there. This particular bower is called an avenue type bower. So basically there's 2 walls built of grass and twigs and sticks that the bowerbird constructs, and he uses that as his display arena to display to any females passing through. He'll also decorate it. Western bowerbirds primarily like to use objects that are white and green to decorate their bowers, so things like bones and fruit and leaves. These birds are black-faced wood swallows. They're a resident species of wood swallow here in Central Australia. They're able to stick around and make a living, whereas the other wood swallows that we see in Central Australia tend to just come through when we've got flowering trees that they can feed on, or a good abundance of insects. And you can see these guys in our desert rivers walk through aviary as well. One of 2 species of kingfishers that we get here in Central Australia, but the other, the sacred kingfisher, is just a summer migrant. So the red-backed kingfisher is our only species that we see all year round, and named for that rusty colour rump that you can just see above the tail there. Unlike kingfishers elsewhere in the world, they don't tend to eat fish in Central Australia, but mostly survive on things like lizards. This is a Crusted Bell Bed, and it's something you can see in our woodland aviaries here at Desert Park. You may also sometimes see wild birds on the park here. That's a male bird with the black bib and the white around his face and the orange eye there. The females don't have that black and white. They have a very distinctive call, which is where they get their Pittenjara name of Pan. This bird's a spinifex pigeon. It's similar to the crested pigeon that a lot of people would be familiar with from major cities, but it has that lovely rusty orange colour, and unlike the crested pigeon, it doesn't perch in trees. It spends all its time on the ground, and it's restricted to the rocky range country. So sometimes you'll see them coming down off the hills around the nature theatre area here at Desert Park. If you're out in the West MacDonnell Ranges, you might see them around the gorges there, and you can see some in our aviaries here at Desert Park as well.